guys, welcome back to a brand new episode, and today I've got someone that I am so sure most of you already know, but may not yet know her life story. And we're going to bring her on to really have a chat. You guys know how this rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Koe Yeet.
Hi!
How are you feeling, babe? I know you're a little nervous.
I am so nervous. My palms are sweating.
Oh dear, this girl.
I am so nervous. I think I love you a lot, Maggie.
I love you too.
Listen to Head Over Heels. But I never, I don't know. I feel like it's so important that I want people who listen to it enjoy this process. At the same time, me, myself enjoy it too. But maybe because people who have been on Head Over Heels are people that I admire. It makes me feel like, oh no, if I'm here, I need to speak well. I need to have very, very good English, like how you have.
No, don't say
Honestly,
that.
just now when we were talking before the camera rolled,
Yeah.
you were like, eh, ha, and then suddenly, hello, this is Head Over Heels.
This is my host mode, but I'm going to try to, in fact, if anything, I feel like I'm trying to go a little bit more casual and less hosty on my show. I feel like there's something very hard to shake
That's great.
off.
I know. That's
Yeah.
fine. It's just I feel like I need to be on par so I
No.
don't disappoint your listeners.
No, but I'm going to have to come in and say that you also deserve a seat on this table, on this chair right here. You're here for a reason. And I am very sure by the end of this conversation, you'll forget about this nerve that you feel it right now.
Hopefully.
Okay. So this morning, Koe texted me and she said, "Hey babe, do you like durians?"
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna give me durian. I'm like, yeah, of course. How can I say no to durian?
I love durians.
Yeah.
You love durians. You eat durians, so you just don't know how to open durians.
And in my head, it's durian in Tupperwares that's already been, like removed from the thorny shell. So just now, they took a while to get settled down. And I'm like, and she texts me, "Sorry, babe, settling durian." I'm like, how complicated can it be? And then she sent me a photo. It's like a whole basket of like fresh durian, guys, like with the thorns and stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to cut it when I go home, but I'll figure it out.
You're Malaysian, so you have to learn how
That's
to
true.
open durians.
And it's no pesticides, right?
No.
Okay, is it going to be sweet or bitter?
No, different durians have different tastes. For example, if it's D24, it's bittersweet. If it's Musang King, it's just sweet.
So what did you give me?
I gave you a mixture of everything.
I love it.
You choose, you pick and choose.
Okay, I think I have to start off with how we met. I was trying to recall. Do you remember how we met? Well, in your memory, when was our first time meeting?
I think we were I'm not sure if you were the girl.
The girl.
We met in the toilet, I think.
Huh?
Was it?
Wait, which toilet?
I don't know. What was the toilet? And I think you were going to go for a pageant competition.
Oh my gosh.
And then
dude, that's a
you
long time
asked
ago.
me something about the industry, and I think I gave you a bit of an advice because a couple of years later you came back to me. You were like, "Oh, thank you. Sorry, I don't know if that was you or that's Alexis Suen."
You know what? I have a feeling it's Alexis. So this could be a sign to bring her on the next episode. But
Sure.
we might have definitely met at one of the events. But this is my own memory. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you don't remember this, but it was at this event, The Man with No Limbs. Nick
Vujicic.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
It was a conference at Sunway Convention Hall. It was not just me and you. We had mutual friends. So I went with the twins.
Ziling and Zi-en.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And you were also there with someone else.
Oh,
and
was
we
that the first time we met?
But that was my memory lab.
Okay.
Maybe we have met before, but I really
Okay.
do not remember.
Okay.
But why that left an impression was because by the end of the event, I think obviously it was a very emotional
Yes.
sharing by him,
Yes.
like I cannot imagine living the life that he lives, and he lives so passionately. But you were sobbing.
Oh yeah, I was.
Do you remember you crying?
I was.
Okay, yes. So I was right. My memory was right.
I was crying so hard.
Profusely. She was just like sobbing.
Yeah. People at the conference, they were like, "Oh, you know what? You're crying. You were crying. You were sobbing so badly. Do you want to meet
Yes.
Nick Vujicic in
And then
person?"
she cried even
and
more.
I was like, "Oh, sure."
I remember that because I
Yeah.
was like seated maybe like a couple of seats next to you, and I didn't really know you at the time. I knew you as their friend. I'm
Okay.
like, oh no, is she okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I thought you were like crazy girl. Cry for
No,
what?
no. A bit lah. Like, hey, why is she crying? Oh, I think really lah. Because I felt it too, but I just didn't cry it out, you know. Maybe a drop of tear, but like she was just tearing. And I remember
yeah.
someone approached you, like you said, and she
Yeah.
cried even more. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad she get to meet him. And then, oh, that was the end of the night. And you left with them.
Yeah.
So that was my first memory of our first encounter. We did talk very briefly lah, like just...
We did take a photo together.
Yes,
I
we
think
still
I
have the photo. We look so different, my God. We were babies. Babe, this is like 11 years ago, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah,
Quite
we
a
were in
while
college
ago.
or something.
19, I was 19.
I mean, we are the same age.
Are we? 92?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. We were 18 or 19.
We're all the same
probably.
age, I think. That's how we became friends. But anyway, so I think a lot of us know Koe Yeet. I think we do. Like, I mean, you have like almost 600,000 followers now.
recently.
We were going to talk about the surge later.
Okay.
But I want to know, right? Like, if we can go back in time, this is what I love to do with all my guests, especially if I get this one-on-one time. I want to know your childhood. Like, babe, you became a child star at 5 years old.
Yes, I
Girl,
did.
tell me.
How did that happen? So when I was young, I remember having very bad stage fright.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So coming from a Chinese Asian family, my dad is like, till today, if you're afraid of it, go for it. So he brought me to, both him and my mom, they brought me to a sort of like a performance modeling class for kids, because the more their concept is the more you go on stage, the better you are at it and the less afraid you are. To be fair, I'm still afraid.
Yeah.
I still have nerves.
Yeah.
Sitting here today, I am still nervous, but I still do it. I'll get it done. And because I went on stage a lot, I was scouted by an advertising agency. Last time there was no social media, etc. They need to go out to meet kids. And I remember having bangs and I had dimples. So they were like, oh, this is the typical textbook Chinese girl for ads. So I was scouted and I went for TV ads. I went for poster shoots, etc. And that's how I got into acting. And then one day, someone came up to me and said, can you cry?
Oh my God.
And then my mom said, okay, imagine I don't want you anymore. Then I started crying.
That's brutal. Wait, how old were you?
I was 5, 6.
Still 5, 6?
6.
Girl, I feel like, I think that's effective. I think your mom is a genius.
Okay.
But like, I want to know how you felt. Do you remember feeling?
I don't.
You don't remember it?
I don't. I just felt sad, so I cried. One thing about kids is I don't know, reports nowadays, like you look at YouTube or you read up about psychology today, they say, oh, trauma that kids have when they were young, it brings it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they bring it all the way into adulthood.
For a lifetime.
Exactly. But I don't think it did. I don't think
Not
the
for
fact
you?
that my mom said that did anything traumatic to me.
Yeah.
I got a lot of other traumatic, not traumatic,
Experiences.
bad experiences in the entertainment industry. But
That was-
my mom
yeah.
and my dad, that's
Yeah, I
not
think
one
because
of
it came from a place that you trusted and you knew it was
Yeah.
for something.
Probably.
Yeah, you know she's not going to run away.
No, for sure.
So,
Yeah, so because of that, I got into acting in TV series, Chinese TV series. And that just went on until adulthood.
so you acted all throughout your childhood, teenage years till now.
Yeah.
Never stopped.
I never
right?
stopped. I did take 1 or 2 years off when I was studying. But even during uni days, I did 2 years of law degree and then I stopped. I went to Taiwan to act and then I went to Shanghai to act for a year and then I went back. I went to the dean of the school, wrote him a letter and said, hi, I need to go and act because this is a very important role. He's like, sure, go for it. Just
so
pay the
supportive.
school fees. And I'm like, sure.
Take my money. Let me go.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my question here really is it something that you were passionate about or you grew to love it eventually? Were there anything else along the way that you're like, why am I doing this? Because I feel like it has been set for you from such a young age. I didn't know what I want to do until like I was even, I don't know, in my early 20s.
I don't know. I loved acting.
Oh.
was something that I knew I was good at
Okay.
since a very young age
Yeah.
because people tell me I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, when you do something that you love and then people tell you you are good, you like it even more.
That's true.
Because you feel like it gives you a place, a seat among the table. And I think because when I was young, my mom didn't really, their concept of buying gifts was, I am going to buy you a book because you are going to read. I want you to read. They won't buy me toys. It's a decision they made. And when I was, after shoots, the producers would make a point, kids, they don't understand the concept of money. The money will go into my bank account, but toys is something that we see. So before the shoot, they would say, hey, I am going to give you this dollhouse if you do well today.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to do very well today. You asked me to smile 10,000 times, I'm going to smile 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And then after that, I go home with a lot of toys. So I think that was the motivation when I was a kid. And then after that, I realized that I was very good. And that made me like acting a lot more.
Right. So you were performing your whole life, right? In some ways. Like you were just so good at it, right?
Yeah, people said I was good and I thought, hey, okay, I enjoyed it.
Have you ever felt like, could it be something else in this world that I also want to do, can do, and can also be good at? Or this is like you're just laser focused, tunnel vision all throughout?
Okay. To be fair, my parents never really wanted me to be to be an actress or to stay in the entertainment industry, which was why they really wanted me to study very hard.
You are a law graduate too.
Yes, I was a law graduate. I got my bar certificate, but I never wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a dentist actually.
So why law?
I worked in a dental clinic for about 6 months.
Okay.
Hated every single day.
You've got nice teeth, I'm just saying.
I do. Thank you. Because I floss every day. Me
too. I started flossing every day. I started flossing every day. Makes a difference. But
it makes a difference. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the fact that you're stuck in a room and you're talking to someone. You need to start a conversation with your patient. The patient cannot talk to you.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah. I didn't like it. Right. I didn't like that kind of environment, 9-to-5 job. So I came back, I told my dad, I was like, oh, Dad, I really don't like it. And then he said, okay, out of the 5 Chinese Asian parent, out of the 5 professional jobs, a doctor, an engineer, accountant, architect, and engineer.
Yeah,
choose one.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Yeah.
Choose one out of the 5.
Oh wow!
I didn't like everything else because there was math involved.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay.
Like math.
I hate numbers. I hate numbers.
My numbers are very bad. So I was like, okay, I memorize very well. Why do I choose law? And then he said, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Try it. So I tried it for a year and I didn't mind it. And I just continued. I wish I could say, I love this special case law. I love law so much. One day I want to be a lawyer. I wish I could say that. Unfortunately, it's just, I don't mind studying it. I did study it for a couple of years. But I like the entertainment industry. I like art a lot more.
Do you feel like you, quote unquote, wasted your time studying law?
Oh, no.
Okay.
For sure not. I read my own contracts nowadays.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, people come up to me and ask me about their contracts. I give them, I don't advise them, but I know like, okay, you have to look out for this and that. I know how to protect myself better. I think the thing about law school is not teaching you how to draft a contract, but teaching you how to think critically.
Right.
And everything that you studied before, be it art, math, architecture or anything, it will help you one way and another throughout your years when you're working, even though you're not in the same field. Yeah. It's not about studying to be a doctor and then be the best doctor. You can study to be a doctor and be the best chef. It's okay.
One thing I picked up from our conversation offline, you can cry on cue.
Oh, yeah.
I think
seriously, it's a podcast. I don't think people can see my tears.
But they can feel, right? But like crying is just not the tears. It's everything else.
One thing about crying is I believe it's a muscle memory.
Okay, tell me more. I want to know. How do you cry on cue?
You train your muscle so well
I'm trying
that when you trigger, so one thing about sadness or happiness,
Okay.
I think your body is so brilliant that it will remember your body's posture or what your body goes through when it's sad or when it's happy. So if you are slouching the entire day and your head is down the entire day, I'm sure you won't feel happy the entire day. So if you pull your arms apart and then your shoulders, pull it back, head up, I don't think you'll be very, very sad that day.
Right. Okay.
So if you want to cry, you put yourself in a position when you cry. I know it's a bit crazy, but when I cry sometimes, like real tears, I will cry for a bit and for a split second I'll be like, oh, okay, this is how it's like when you cry. Next time when I'm acting, I'm going to do the same thing. And then you switch back into sadness. I think it's a bit crazy. All actors are crazy, but I can. There's a bit of craziness in them because you have to convince yourself that that's the truth. So you would be able to act out whatever the person wrote for you in the script, right? So I can do that.
When it comes to acting, I know you have to embody the role. And I know sometimes shoot takes months and months.
Yes.
So what are you like during that month, right? Do you just play, let's say Tito Tao, okay, Achiam. I watched the show, okay, guys?
Okay.
So do you embody Achiam even off set?
No. So one thing I managed to do is I can compartmentalize things like that.
Right.
I am a cham on set,
Yeah.
but when I go home, I'm a different person. Because when you're on set, one thing that really helps is visual. I visually wear the clothes and my makeup looks very different. My hair looks very different. I know that is not me.
Right.
So I would be able to do that for the entire day. And I change back into my clothes after.
And you feel yourself again.
And I feel like, oh yeah, that's great. But a lot of people who are method actors, they feel like, okay, I cannot do it. I cannot go in and out. Some people can, some people cannot. There's no formula for
Like the
acting.
guy who played Joker, they said that he...
Yes. They say he embodied him
so
and you
much.
cannot talk to him. What's his name? Joaquin Phoenix.
Is it him? The couple
Is
of
it
guys
Joaquin
played...
Phoenix?
okay, Joaquin.
Yeah. Some people are like that.
Right.
Even
Is it a
Heath
different
Ledger.
method of acting?
Yes.
Oh.
They need to be able to feel the character. If the person is depressed, he needs to put himself into it, like a very depressed mode. If the person has an eating disorder, you need to be able to starve yourself, to put yourself in that mindset. Some people need that. Some people don't. Some people think it works for them. Some people don't. So there's no formula. Whatever works for you and your audience, it is what it is.
Very interesting. I think up till today, I feel like acting is something that's just so intriguing. Like the fact that you are able to embody and play so many different roles. Sometimes I wonder if any of these roles kind of like trickle down to your real personality. Like you kind of pick along the way.
Okay, I won't say every time I create a role is something very different from me. I would say there's a part of me in the role that is real. I take it from my personal experience. I take it from the experiences of people around me, like my siblings, and I emulate it and I put it in my character when I do character building. Of course, because it's like that, the role stays in me. A bit of it kind of stay in me throughout my entire life.
Right.
Vice versa. You put a bit in and a bit of it stays in you. But it doesn't change my personality in a big way, no.
Like it's that 1%, it doesn't change you as a whole person, right? Which is your favorite role so far out of your entire career? I mean, I think I lost count. I tried doing, I did a lot of research about you yesterday, Koe Yeet.
Okay, oh my goodness.
I know, I don't want to tell her, she's going to make her nervous, but like your amount, the list of movies and shows, and it's uncountable. But which is your personal favorite that has left a mark in you?
I know this is going to sound like a cliche. You're like, oh, because you're on Head Over Heels, that's why you're saying it. I did a short series with Mingyu. I was a Korean girl, a shy Korean girl, but a bit feisty. I was his on-screen girlfriend then.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Because we went shot in Korea?
Yes, we went to Korea.
I remember that, but
Yeah, it didn't feel like a shoot. And it's a shoot that it's a story that doesn't require me to cry. Every single shoot that I go to, they ask me to cry. So that was quite fun for me. That was my favorite.
Why is that your favorite? Is it because of the chemistry or is it the story?
It's the story, it's the chemistry, and it's not just that. It's actually the family the Ala family that I built with the production crew as well, because it's a very small crew set. So that was very fun.
Right. I mean, I love Acham.
Oh, thank you.
He told us is also...
That was very... I loved the character.
Do you love that?
But it was very tiring for me because she had a lot of crying scenes. I think there was one day I had to do 4 crying scenes.
You do that, like cry 4 times on cue, but like each time you're going to cry a couple of takes, right? So you cry more than 4 times.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because the camera, there are 2 cameras. Sometimes there's only one, so you have to cry one for your tight shot, and then one for your mid shot, and probably one for your wide shot.
What if the tears no segue, you know? Like, not...
You have to make it. You have to, people will wait for you. They will wait for you.
Okay.
They'll sit there, and then you just have to... It can be quite taxing sometimes. You just have to cry. There's a way, like drink lots of water. There are a couple of tips. So drink lots of water, because if there's no water going in, there's not going to be water coming out. 2, you put yourself in the position, like I said just now.
Yeah.
The stance that you remember when you're sad, how you look like, how you feel like. 3rd is, there are some tactics that people use. Some people use feng you. It doesn't work for me because I won't be able to open my eyes.
Right? Amateur to use that, right?
No. Mature or amateur, whatever works for you, you do it. I'm going to offend a lot of people if I say
shit. Okay, I said it.
Whatever works for you.
Okay.
There's
what about eye drops?
So one thing about eye drops is because there is no build up. Unless
like the eyes getting red.
Yes,
right?
you need the build up. Audiences now are very smart.
Oh yeah.
They will watch you and they will watch it in slow-mo and see, is that real tears or fake tears? People do that.
Bella is like nodding. Do you do that, Bella? You serious?
The character dies.
Yeah. Sometimes you do that.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
With social media, right? It's really scrutinized every part of what you do.
They do. So some people go to the side and they try to make themselves puke. And
so
and then you
cry.
have bloodshot eyes and teary eyes, and sometimes that work for them. Sometimes you just stare into the space or stare into the lights and open your eyes wide, not blink for 1 hour. So that method, sometimes if the script is not very good, I don't feel the script, I do that to make myself cry.
I mean, after hearing that, I understand why you say most actors are a little bit crazy. Not in a sense where
you're crazy about your work.
Yes, they are like so crazy, passionate to do all these things to achieve what's needed. I think that's so much respect.
Thank you.
I don't think I can do it.
It's 2 different things, what you feel and what you want the audience to feel.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can feel a lot for the script, but unless you cry, then the audience would feel something.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh.
it's a performance career.
Yeah, I think I have so much respect for actors, really. Like, especially now that I enjoy watching K-drama sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like The Glory, Song Hye Kyo. Do you watch that show? Like,
I loved it.
Yeah. Do you think it was good from an actor's
Of course, it
point of view?
was very
so
good.
right?
Everyone was good.
Everyone was good. Like, that is really one of the shows that I felt like, holy crap, I'm invested in every freaking character because they played it so damn well.
Yeah,
Psycho,
it was
until
very
really
good.
fucking psycho.
The thing about the thing about Korean industry is that they train these actors since they were very young. They go to special schools. I've acted with I've never acted with any Korean actors, but I've acted with some Chinese actors before when I was in China. When they walk into set, their role starts, their character starts, and you feel that they bring a sense of energy into the set. I know sometimes people don't really understand when I talk about energy, but you know that they are bringing the character in. You know that they are embodying the story. Yes. Some people have that. It's a talent. Like, why can you speak so well? It's a talent. You can verbalize things that you feel. That's not what a lot of people can do. I cannot. I can visualize it on my face, but I cannot necessarily verbalize it.
I get where you're coming from. Of course, I mean, with all of your achievements, you also won the Best Newcomer in 2021 for the Busan Film Festival. Am I right?
Yes.
How did that feel, babe?
Was it 2021? Yeah.
Is it 2021? I feel like I lost track.
I lost track also.
Yeah.
I think it was 2022.
Oh, 2022? Okay, sorry.
Was it?
2022. 2022 was last year. Was it last year?
Was it last year?
But it was for 2020. I mean, award
Was it
happened in
20
2022, but usually it's for 2021.
It was during COVID.
Right?
Sorry, it's
Yeah.
2021. You're right.
Yeah.
It was during COVID. That's why I couldn't fly over.
Right.
To-
Yeah, you won. And then the next year you presented, which was last year.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did my research.
It's 2023 now.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And we
yeah.
are 30.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I know. How did that feel, babe? It's like such an achievement.
I love the fact that it was during COVID actually.
Oh, why?
A lot of people ask me, hey, would you have rather went to Busan and received the award? I don't think
And then
so.
give a speech.
Yeah, I don't think I would want something different from what I experienced. Because when that happened, I was wearing a very nice top and like my sleeping pajama pants at the bottom. And
The best way possible.
the best. So it was so comfortable because I didn't think I would win. Because I was against
And you were against who? Yeah.
some Chinese actors, some Korean actors,
wow.
and someone from Indonesia and Vietnam.
In the region, right? Southeast Asian region, right?
Yes,
Or like, okay.
Asia, not just
okay.
Southeast Asia, just the whole of
Wow,
Asia. So
okay.
China involved also.
Yeah.
And my parents were upstairs. They were watching the live on TV. Was it TV or it was linked to a computer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, so your speech was via...
Yes,
The
I had a
Zoom call
Zoom
lah.
call on. We had to log on to it, and I don't see anyone. I
Yeah.
just see myself and the MC.
Right.
And I remember when I won the award, and I was doing the speech at that time because the live show is a bit slower, like 1 or 2 minutes slower.
A couple of
than,
like some seconds of lags.
yeah. No, it was about 1 minute because I was
really?
already into the speech, and I hear my mom upstairs screaming,
You have a very supportive mom, can I just say?
Oh, yeah,
Shout out Auntie Hi.
My mom gave up her career for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would imagine you to be someone who is super okay with crowd because of what you do. Would you say so?
Yes, I am okay, but I won't say I don't have social anxiety. I remember, I don't know if you were there. I attended the Dior event at Pavilion a couple
I
of days
was at the
ago.
event, but not at the same time.
Oh, okay. So I was there. I was invited. Great. I saw a lot of friends. But when I stepped in, I just felt like there's so many people. I don't know if it's the pandemic that is causing it, but
Like the
because of the lockdown that caused this, or is it because of age, or is it because I always experienced it? I just forgot. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was very overwhelming for
like
me.
what is overwhelming? Like the amount of people, or just not knowing what to say to people? Like what is overwhelming?
That was the amount of people. I don't know what to say to people. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I wasn't very sure if they want to hear what I was going to say. I didn't know if they would judge what I was wearing. There's a lot of things going through my mind.
Yeah.
It was not like constantly that made me feel very depressed about
Yeah,
it,
no.
but it was more like
Like noises.
I walked in and I was like, oh, nervous. This is not going to be good. Oh, no. Okay, let me just take photos. Let me say hi to everyone. Let me get this job done and I'm going to leave. It doesn't happen all the time.
Of course.
But that day,
I mean, that was a big event.
it was a big event.
For a very big
that
brand.
day itself, I was very nervous. I don't think people can tell.
For sure. I mean, if you don't tell, people won't know, right? We don't know what we don't know, right? Which is why I kind of want to dive into this whole thing that you're talking about. I think there's a word to describe that. Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And we talked about it before, right? And allow me to just give you guys a bit of a definition to those of you who may not understand what this term really is. We played that game during lockdown. Who's the imposter?
Among us.
Among us, right? But anyway, I always get caught, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Oh, anyway. Okay, so the definition of imposter syndrome basically means a psychological occurrence in which people doubt their skills, talent, or accomplishment and have a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as frauds. So despite all these external evidence of their competence, of how talented they are, they still believe that or think that they deserve what they deserve today out of pure luck. It's because something happened.
Yeah. I
don't know
saw
if you can relate.
I can. I saw an explanation online that literally said what you said, but they said it's a psychological phenomenon that doesn't allow you to internalize your accomplishments.
Yeah. And why so?
I don't know.
So do you really think you have? You have?
Oh yeah. So I like everything else. Like if you have color blindness, or if you want to see if you have ADHD, you go online and there's a checklist, and then you check A, B, C, D whether you have it, and then above or below a certain percentage, that means you have it or you don't. I obviously do have imposter
So you
syndrome.
went to check yourself, is it?
Oh yeah, I went and checked. I did. I do. And there are a couple of reasons, there are a couple of sources where your imposter syndrome stems from. Mine is because I feel like I have to be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
And because I feel like mentally I'm not perfect. So when I attend something where I think everyone is perfect, I feel like an imposter.
But the truth is, no one is perfect.
Yes.
And we know that.
We know.
We know.
It's like social
exactly.
media. We know that people
know.
put their highlight reels up, but we still look at it and at the same time judge ourselves. Yeah, we cannot be like that. But you know that that's the perfect moment. But you think their perfect moment is better than your perfect moment.
So how do you manage your imposter syndrome?
Manager.
Like, do you have, when you catch yourself, what do you do?
I do step back. Sometimes when it gets really, really bad, I step back, I look at the big picture and say, that's just one small event, no one cares lah.
You need that voice, right?
I need that voice. I
voice.
cannot go, that is not an important event. No, cannot. No one cares. That works for me. It makes me laugh. So it makes me forget about the crazy, very negative thought that I have in my mind.
Overthinking that just consistently bugs you, right?
Yes,
It's crazy.
yes.
I go crazy sometimes. I struggle with the same thing. Like, I feel like, no one's going to actually want to come on my show lah. The heck, for what? Like, I'm not actually...
Why not?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
same thing, but different
Okay.
context, right?
Okay.
Like, I struggle with similar thing. But I'm actually way better at managing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can go on and not sleep for days and wake up thinking about that thing for days. It's crazy. It will consume me.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But for me, maybe because when I grew up in the entertainment industry.
Oh, yeah, you
that
did.
It's good and bad. So since young, I had a lot of spotlight on me.
Oh yeah.
People judge me all the time. They judge how you wear. They judge how you look.
You say.
What you say, how your makeup is like. And you constantly are compared to a perfect 100% version of you.
Yeah.
So I feel like at moments like this, I am not good enough. And it stays. Sometimes it stays. So because of that, it makes me feel like I have to be perfect all the time in order for people to love me or to give me the credits that I am due. So that may be the reason why I still have imposter syndrome nowadays. And sometimes it's very bad for me to get out of it.
Like how bad can it get?
How bad can it get?
If you don't mind sharing.
I was actually, let's talk about this podcast, okay?
Okay.
This is the second round you invited me to be here, remember? The first time it was because I was ill. I was very ill. I had
You have
bronchitis. Yeah. I was a bit happy. A part of me, like a 2% of me, was happy that I didn't have to come over. Because I didn't know what I was going to say that is going to be worthwhile for your listeners. Because I know they are all women. They are about our age. They are smart. They are entrepreneurs, probably. They are well-read, educated people who are listening to your podcast. And people who are here, who were here before, were people who are in my industry, who are my colleagues, who I admire. And at the same time, I use them as a benchmark that, hey, one day I want to be like them. Not in a bad way. It's a positive way.
sure.
So I don't feel like I'm good enough to be here because I don't feel like I'm there yet. So I was a bit happy actually that I was ill.
Thanks for
Genuine,
confessing.
genuine.
I
So
love it.
sometimes it can be as bad as that.
Yeah. Okay. Like that whole I don't belong here. Like one day someone's gonna find out that I'm not actually the person I am. Or like all this talent is fake shit. Like I'm faking it. Because that's how I feel. When I'm, I guess, hired for a job to host.
Is it because you feel like you want to be perfect?
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm quite a bit of a perfectionist. I think I need things perfect before I put things out. But I'm learning to be a lot more laid back, to be very honest. Because I feel like there are some things in life that I really can't change. Like no matter how perfect I am still going to be imperfect or not good enough for other people. No matter how
And it's
hard
okay
I
to
try.
fail. I know it sounds like a
Exactly.
cliche.
But
People
that's why
don't-
it's a cliche. People say it for a reason,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah, but even if you fumble, people don't really care, right?
Yeah, it's like in my head. Like sometimes when I host, I mean, I'm sure it's the same for you. Like, oh my god, why did I say that? What the fuck, Maggie? Silly girl. What the heck? I can't take this back. These are all online and like maybe live at an event, and I'll just beat myself up over and over again. But again, I have that voice that you said. Aya, mo yan lay ka lang. No one cares. Only you remember.
Yeah.
So that helps me get over it bit by bit. Yeah. So now I mean, the only difference now is I catch myself faster a lot than before. Before I can go kind of like go on and on for days, like not being able to function over that small thing I feel like I have said that I'm not proud of. But now I can process it a lot faster. Not saying
good.
that it doesn't happen. Like I'm completely okay now, not struggling. No, 100% no. I still struggle, but I catch myself faster. I can manage it faster. Meaning like the fixing or like whatever damage control is able to come in a lot faster compared to
good.
last time.
It still takes some time for me. I need at least, I will procrastinate. I won't do it. I won't get it done. For me, I need to try to get out of my zone. For an example, I was preparing for this. I have to be very honest with you. I have notes about imposter syndrome to prepare for this podcast, just in case I say something that doesn't give the listeners value. So it was so bad that at one point, I stepped out of it. I went and watched Netflix. I watched a lot of TV shows. And then I had to call my friend and say, hey, Maggie, you know Maggie Wang, right? She asked me to do a podcast. I serious. She's in America, my best friend.
Okay.
I grew up with her. And she's like, just go and talk lah. It's like, no, but it's different. I'm nervous. I think with the support of friends and then maybe watching TV, get my mind off it.
Yeah.
And then coming back again, woke up this morning, I was like, okay, it's going to be okay. And I came here and you were like, okay. I think surrounding yourself with friends, people that supports you, I know it sounds like a cliche, it helps.
Oh yeah,
It helps
100%.
me.
Me and my really good friends, we call this the corridor check. I'll corridor check with her every single time. And, hey, is this okay? I just felt like, I know it's okay, but I just need that little assurance that, yes, it's fine. Then I'll go, okay, fine. Yeah. Like I just showed Bella some things. She's like, hey, okay. Then we're like, yeah, it's very beautiful. And then I'm like, okay. But I already know, it feels the same way for me, but I just needed that extra
Someone
voice.
that you trust,
Yes.
that you know if it's bad, they will tell you it's bad.
Correct.
To give you the
Yeah.
affirmation that you need.
Yeah. So I'm so sure like now that, we talked about this, no matter how confident we appear, we still struggle with self-doubt.
Yeah, we all do. Especially, actually, this happens more in women than men. Okay, my research tells me that it happens more in women than men. And I have no idea why.
I think women, for years and years, we've been scrutinized a lot more compared to men. Right? Our role in the society is very different from men. The kind of struggles that we do is also very different. Even down to the way we look is being scrutinized.
Yeah, after you get pregnant, you need to snap
Yeah,
back immediately.
but the men, no, dad bod is the thing. Sure, mom bod, where is the thing? You know what I mean? It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, dad bod so hot, but mom bod, when are you going to snap back to in shape like before?
Yeah.
It pisses me off lah, which is why I think we do what we do. We get as real as possible with our own struggles.
Not only that, actually, the reason why I think it's more prevalent in us Asian Chinese women is because I don't know if you were from Chinese school.
No, a Malay
Okay.
school.
Malay school. Okay, then you tell me if it's different for you.
Okay, tell me.
I was from Chinese school, and I believe even the Chinese and also the Japanese, when you say, "Hey, you're very pretty," Chinese school they teach you to say, "Ah, 没有啦，还好." And even in Japan as well, I think I watched. This is not from the research. This is what my personal thought is.
Experience.
Yeah, my personal experience. They would say, dame, it's okay. No, it's not. They won't say like the Westerners.
They won't own it.
Yeah, they won't own it. Like the Westerners, they say, yes. Hey, you're so pretty. Oh, yes, I am. Thank you very much. You won't hear that. You can go and ask any of your Chinese friends.
Yeah.
You say they're very pretty or they're doing an amazing job. No la, it's okay.
Yeah.
La, you're better.
Yeah. We always kind of like make sure we up someone else over us, right?
Yes.
But
Because
we don't owe it to
they
ourselves.
package it as humility.
Yes. 100%. 100%. You know, I didn't experience this much back in school because I feel like we don't really talk about our bodies in school because I was in a Malay school. Everyone wore baju kurung. No need to show body much.
Okay,
Actually, we
if
don't.
people said you were pretty, then
Yes.
would you say thank
So,
you?
my first default response, this was with Zandra. Do you guys remember Zandra Oi? She was one of our guests. Do you know who Zandra?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the
like
lady with the bangs.
Yeah, lady with the bangs too. So the first few times she told me, Maggie, you look so good today. My response was, no lah. It's just, I didn't eat yet lah. My tummy not big yet. Really, like
Why?
that was my first
Yeah.
response.
Why?
And then you know what she told me? Maggie, no. Just say thank you because you really look good. Just own it. Like she was the one who reminded me over and over again. I just saw her last week and she said the same thing. Maggie, you look really good in this outfit. And my first response was, she caught me and I said, thank you. And she's like, good job. You know, like it takes practice. I
Is
feel
that
like,
imposter syndrome as well?
I'm not sure about imposter syndrome, but I feel like just not being too confident in myself sometimes, especially if it's with someone that I do look up to. I feel like they're better than me. I feel like, wow, so overwhelming to be complimented by someone that, or someone that you care. Yeah, I don't know if it's imposter syndrome for that thing. Perhaps a part of it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That no matter how hard I work for my body, why can't I own up to it?
Okay,
Like,
so
own that
it's not a
beautiful.
Chinese school.
No, I think it's an Asian culture
It's
in
an Asian
general.
culture.
I'm Asian. Yeah, we're
Probably.
taught to. Yeah, I mean, in movies we see it. When we see a woman compliment another, the response in the script is 没有啦，你更漂亮.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
know what
it's
you
being
mean.
shown and it's being taught to us, not just in our everyday encounter with the people in our lives, but the things we see on screen. But I think I'm a bit more westernized, I feel.
Okay.
I watch more Hollywood shows, and I think growing up, I've also learned that, can say thank you and I'm not too full of myself.
Yeah, I think what we as women, we need to be able to, imposter syndrome aside, whatever people say about you, or even if you look at yourself in the mirror, if you think that, yes, it is something, even though you are not there yet, you can just tell them, hey, thank you, and just accept it like you're accepting a gift first. And then you can unpackage the gift slowly throughout the years or throughout the day if you feel like, okay, you are comfortable with it. But just the act itself, accepting the compliment, it's a huge step forward.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good about yourself. So it's okay to feel good about yourself.
Because if we work backwards with imposter syndrome, it's because of lack of confidence, lack of self-assurance, and plenty of self-doubt and everything else, right? So for me, I think I learned to really, in therapy, I work with my therapist to what's the word? To work on my unhelpful core beliefs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my current work with my therapist. All my core belief that I believe in me, believe that I am, is not very helpful, which is all these little things. And it trickles down to every part of my life.
Yeah.
Down to the way I interact with people, down to the way how I feel on stage, even though that I am there, I own it.
Yeah.
Look, the Milo job with Park Seo-joon, I felt like I didn't deserve it.
Why?
I know, but like...
You were so good.
But the whole world, my world, everyone in my community, my God, Maggie, you are the right one for it. But honestly, in my head, there's this part of me like, no, what if they find someone better than me? Like it's there, the voice, unhelpful voice is there, all these unhelpful core beliefs. So
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
For an
right?
example, you walk into a room, imagine yourself walking into a room, and if your core belief is everyone in the room don't like you, they are against you, even though you want to pretend that you belong, it's just not the way you talk, the way you act, the way you sit, it's going to be very different. So I think next time if you walk into a room or when you're
Yes.
hosting, you just need to convince yourself they all love you and you deserve
Even
to
if they
be
don't,
there.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They love me.
They love you. Go in, and the way you communicate and talk to them or embrace them is going to be very different.
Yeah. So this mindset shift.
I know. I need to do that too. Even with the Dior event, I
Yeah.
need to do that. I know it's tough, but I think you just have to constantly
Yeah,
remind yourself.
100%. Like, and this thing, I instead of thinking that you have to do it, shift your mindset and say, I get to do it.
Yeah.
And that alone changes the way you look at things too,
Yeah.
right? Same
Even
thing.
though you feel like you're not good enough, but you are doing it
Yeah,
already.
yeah. Might as well, have a better mindset to it. But there's this other thing I do want to talk about. I think with imposter syndrome, like I said, it comes with lack of confidence. And I know as a woman that we talked about how we are being scrutinized from top to bottom, inside out, the way we look, especially. I know you also went through an eating disorder episode. You cannot talk about it if you're not comfortable. But
I'm
if
okay
you
to talk
are,
about
I
it.
would love to know your story. I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple: to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's motionlabmy.
Long story. When I was 15, I did my first big job as an actress. It was a Singapore job. That show propelled me to more of like an international actress at that time. That got a lot of spotlight because it was one of the bigger shows.
Is it the one with Jack Neo?
The one with Jack Neo. It was one of the... Sorry, my stomach is grumbling.
We'll go eat after this, okay? But no.
I'm so sorry.
Mine also, actually. I'm trying to suppress it.
I don't know how to do that.
It's okay, yeah.
So, because of that, because my role was a very pivotal role in the movie, I got a lot of spotlight. And obviously, people start commenting about how I look, how I am, what I wear, etc., etc. That was okay. But I was also representing the state for tennis at that time. So I was bigger. I was about 54 kg. I'm not very tall. I'm about 160 cm. 54 kg is quite a lot for a 160 cm girl. I was not fat. I won't call myself fat.
Solid lah.
I was just solid, bigger. And then everyone around me started saying, hey, Koe Yeet, if you want to be an actress, you need to lose weight. You need to be skinny. You need to, because obviously if you're on camera, you look a bit bigger.
Yeah.
You need to be able to fit into XS or S size clothes. If not, you look very round. I still remember there was one director who said it jokingly, but the fact that I remember it until now, it really...
It left a mark.
It left a mark. He said, hey, Koe Yeet, in Cantonese, 哎呀，你唔好再食啦，你再食落去係咪掙爆鏡？我要用wide angle lens 嚟拍你㗎啦。It was a joke.
Yeah.
But I was 16. So it wasn't very nice. And of course, we had access to internet at that time. Went online, found out that, there is a way to lose weight by vomiting whatever you ate. So I binged.
So what changed?
I started not to care as much. I think I had a friend who really helped me. So she knew that was a problem. So she would sit next to me after every single meal and talk to me for 3 hours. After 3 hours, everything is done. Like, I don't even think everything has been digested, gone already. So I won't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And she did that with me for 21 days. And after that, I just maybe by the grace of God, I just didn't feel like I should do it anymore. And then I gained weight and I didn't care as much because I was 20 something.
Yeah.
I understood that it was okay. The bigger I get, the bigger tits I have. It's fine. I think, it was at a point where my mindset kind of switched. So that was okay.
Well, God bless your friend.
I know,
God bless
right?
your friend.
Yeah, we're still friends. We're still
Amazing,
friends.
because it takes a lot to do that too for someone, right? I mean, wow.
And I remember, like, people talk and everyone is going to talk. But at that time, everything people said, it left a mark on me. And I think now with social media, everything, of course I got haters also online.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure they don't leave a mark on me. They talk about my eyebrows, they talk about my height, they talk about my weight, they talk about everything. You just can never be perfect. And now it just doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah. And I love how you are also embracing yourself right now in the best way possible with your outfit reels, babe.
I have to
that
say
went
something
viral.
I know, I don't know how. I have no idea.
I mean, I was doing my research and I remember you had how many followers?
200 something.
200.
maybe?
Now
Yeah.
it's close to 600. Do you know some people
I don't
take a lifetime to reach that number, like that number? Right?
I know. I'm
How?
very grateful. Very grateful.
So how does it feel? I think it's so amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you,
happy
thank you.
and excited for you.
Honestly, if you ask me how that happened, I don't know.
It's that one reel, is it?
A couple that went
okay.
viral. I think what I realized about social media, what we used to do last time was we used to churn out contents that we want people to see.
Yeah.
But if you switch it the other way around, you churn out contents that people want to see, there is a higher possibility that you gain a larger audience because you imagine yourself as a TV channel, and if they switch into an account that they want to see and they stay there, they're going to be your audience, they're going to follow you. Yeah. And I think I managed to tap into that somehow. So people started following.
I think that's amazing because in our industry, that matters. Numbers matters as much as maybe to some of you cannot relate.
I have to say, numbers matter. But even if, yes, of course, clients would say, hey, I'm going to hire you because you have X amount of followers and I'm going to gather X amount of views. But if you are a smaller influencer and you have a smaller community, but you know each and every one of them very well and they believe every single thing you say, that would actually
just as valuable.
As valuable
Yeah,
as an influencer with X amount of followers.
Definitely. I mean, I agree that numbers is not everything.
No, it's not.
But it is still something. So, girl, own it, man.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, own it, okay?
Thank you. Oh, but I have to say,
yes,
I do struggle. I'm going back to the whole imposter syndrome thing.
No, for sure. Don't worry about it.
I haven't been doing it for the past couple of days.
What do you mean?
The past week.
Yeah. Do you do one for today?
No, I didn't.
Ayo, you look really good.
Thank you.
Yes, good practice.
Because I went to my closet and I don't understand why people want to follow me for my outfit change. I honestly was not the most fashionable person ever.
Yeah.
For a period of time, I was only wearing sportswear. I tied my hair up into a ponytail because I didn't know what to wear. Because you can go through my college photos. It was the same shirt or same style for the entire year. Because I don't think I was the most fashionable person. It was during COVID when I had a lot of clothes that I didn't wear. True story. I didn't wear and I wanted to donate it. And the 100% of the proceeds goes to charity. That was my goal.
Yeah.
And so I wore it so I can post it on my social media. And then that got a lot of views. And I was like, okay, I'm going to continue doing it. So I just went on and on. I don't think I'm the most fashionable. Some of the outfits I would look back, I'm like, seriously? Someone's going to wear that? But it worked.
Yeah.
So it just happens. I mean, sometimes you do things that you don't think it will work, but it works eventually.
I also
that is something for me.
Yeah, I think I also have to say though, fashionable is so subjective. Because sometimes all these things that's on the runway, I'm like, how the heck is that fashionable?
True.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
A garbage bag as a dress, like, come on, really?
And the dress that is slanting to the side. or
Yeah, like,
something.
what the heck? I don't want to
understand.
mention brands, but sometimes it does not make sense and it's not practical. I think what I can say from an audience point of view about your reels or your outfit is because it's so relatable. Like,
There
it's
are a
something
lot
people
of,
will wear.
petite girls around.
Yeah, and you represent them.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't think I can ever do that because like I'm overly tall for everything. Like,
No, if I had your body, I would wear a leaf and go out. I tell you. You have
Tarzan and
long
Jay.
arms. You have long arms and legs. I wish I
but
had that.
I was never confident in the way I am today before. But anyway, my point is, and I think the reason why people love your stuff, especially the one that went viral, the one with the sling
belt,
bag
yeah, I
one.
don't even
I
know
watched it
how
like
that
so many
went
times
viral.
because I'm like, yeah, I cannot stop watching this. Quite fun to watch. Oh, she wore it like that. And the fact that say, I gain weight, but you make fun about it. And you're like, okay, you're accepting it. And I think that's something that people love. It's not so much about what you wear anymore at this point. It's your personality that people are loving. Yeah.
Probably. People follow people for because of their personality.
Correct.
For relatability nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have 600,000 followers,
No.
but I cannot imagine the amount of pressure too. Like overnight.
Of course, I do.
Yeah,
I
how does it feel?
haven't been doing it for the past couple of days because I
Because
don't. Because
so
I
much
feel like
pressure.
I'm not good enough. Really.
I hope after today, you know that's not true.
Okay, I will go back and like look
Can
at
you
those
redo
clothes
this
and-
one? I think this is a good look. So classy.
Thank you.
So super classy.
No, because I'm taking this podcast so seriously. I'm
look
wearing
at me,
something.
man. I look like a
I feel like I
25-year-old
need to
kid trying
wear-
to interview someone.
Can I be very honest with you? The
Yeah.
reason why I'm having long sleeve is because I.
What? Tell me. What?
You guys don't have to put this in the podcast, but I have like a full body of tattoos, fake tattoos I bought from Shopee.
I love it. It's going to the podcast.
Ringgit 50 cents. And I was like, hey, let me do this, man.
Hey,
So I
it's
have
so
it, bro.
cool. No,
I
it's
have
going
it
on a
here.
podcast, babe. You just might as well show. Hey, it's so cute.
And then before I leave the house today, I was wearing something sleeveless.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, you look like something. Wear something with
Something
long
my mother will
sleeve.
say.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wear some long sleeve.
I mean, I don't have tattoos, but I
I don't, because I don't have. I
Yeah.
feel like I need
How
to
is
be.
it? Do you want to have a tattoo now?
No, this is like, I OD'd on it. So I
a
no,
lot. I think there's like
definitely.
fat one, two.
Too much.
Is this real?
No, everything is not.
Oh, everything. I was like, since when she got
It's
tattoo?
a new kind of tattoo that
Yeah.
last time it was like a sticker looking thing,
Yeah.
right? This lasts for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
quite fun.
I mean, this is a suggestion for anyone who wants to get tattoos. If you want to get it at a certain spot, do something and use this like
Temporary.
semi-permanent,
Yeah.
semi-permanent tattoo. Put it on your arm, and ask yourself if that is something that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. If that's something that you like, go for
Yeah.
it. But I realize it's not something I'm gonna.
oh my
like.
God, I just had a friend who told me recently that the date that they tattooed, it's a couple's tattoo. It's the wrong date actually.
How can
They
it be
put it
the-
in like a Roman letter. I don't want to mention names. Later they kill me.
Okay.
It's my friend.
Okay.
She's like, it's our wedding anniversary in like Roman letters. So you know how Roman letters are XX11,
Yes.
don't know what. So apparently it's wrong date. they missed out on an I or an X or something like that. It's hilarious. So yeah, I guess if you want to do a tattoo, that's a great PSA.
Yes, sure. I have
Before
too-
it becomes
too much
permanent.
going on.
Yeah. We are coming to the end of this episode, I think.
Oh, that's fast.
Hey,
I
told you
know,
would say
right?
that.
That's fast.
How are you feeling right now? Quick check-in.
My armpits are sweating.
Okay.
For
That's
sure.
why I air my armpits
I
out,
still-
guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I know I should do it. I still don't feel like there is something that they can take away. But I hope it was a good session, that they didn't waste 1 hour listening to it.
I don't think so. I think I learned so much about you. I think there were so much that I'm like, oh wow, being an actress or actor is not easy.
You want me to teach you how to cry?
No, babe, really? How?
Very easy.
Okay, let's try.
Since we're at the end of it, right?
yeah,
It's
I
fine.
have
You
a
guys
few
can
more closing
edit.
questions, but let's go.
Okay. So for an example, you
don't-
don't close your eyes. Open your eyes.
Okay.
Look at this. Okay, look at my chest or look at this
Okay.
spot. Okay, just look up. Look at my nose
Okay.
and don't blink. 1 minute.
Whoa, can someone
No, you
start
just
the
blink.
timer? Did I blink?
Yeah, don't blink.
Ah, I just
You
blinked.
blinked. We blinked. Okay, don't blink.
This
1
is
minute.
not easy. Okay, someone
And
is
then
timing it.
at the same time, you're thinking
She's
about
already
something
crying,
very sad.
guys.
So I have the tears on that is triggering very sad memories, and I do this.
Can someone just zoom into Koe Yeet right now? She's like crying.
So you just
Bro,
yeah.
that's not even 5 seconds. I'm not crying yet. I'm still blinking.
I'm not like sad,
But you are
but
tearing.
this is technical tearing.
Whoa!
So and then when it's there, so you squeeze it out by using your muscles in the front of your eyes, and then you just lean down, and then you think about something sad, like oh my god, my dog died. There you go.
Girl, that
So
was
this-
not even. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm
So
so
with
hyped.
this, you can run your lines, and by the end of it,
She's
tears come down.
tearing.
Yeah, it's technique. It's just technique. I'm not sad.
It's a talent.
It's a talent.
No, really, really, it's a skill. It's a
It's
talent.
a muscle memory that
I'm like keep blinking. I couldn't do it.
yeah, you
Do
can
you
do
need
it.
tissue? Give me yes. Can we have some tissue? So, but do you feel sad though? Like, is there any emotion attached?
Not really though. It's just that when It's just that when yeah, I'm gifted with a lot of tears to start with. Maybe.
That's why you're
But
born
I'm
to
not
do this.
sad. I'm not sad. But when I said, oh, I think about my dog dying, it's just like when you think about Daisy
Yeah.
passing, you'll be like, oh, I'm sad.
But it takes so long to like. Sometimes I have to squeeze.
You just don't squeeze it. Don't think about your tears. This is a tip for girls if you want to cry. if you just lost an argument with your boyfriend, and then you want to go,
Thank you, baby.
Yeah,
Here we
that
go.
will work. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, to those of you who are listening on Spotify, well, hop on over to YouTube for a bit and to catch that part. I'm mind blown, girl. That was something. I never knew that's.
It's a lot of people can do it.
I'm sure,
lot of
but
actors
I don't
can.
have a lot of actor friends, so
Okay.
yeah.
You can learn, and then you'll be Maggie Wang, the actress and host.
Do I want to cry on stage? Maybe I can actually, right? I'll make it a thing. You guys want to watch me cry on cue? But anyway, we're down to our last 3 questions. If you listen to the podcast, you know that I asked our audience this by
Yes.
the end of every episode.
Yes, it's like Stephen Bartlett. He does that
really?
too.
Really?
He does like he makes the audience. He makes the what's it called? What am I? Guest.
Guess. What are you? You are Koe Yeet. Guess.
He makes the guest ask a question for the next guest.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't.
But I know you have a question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure,
have a
go ahead.
question. I think the first one is, what are you currently head over heels for?
Wow. I really didn't prepare for this.
And you're not meant to prepare for it. I love the on-the-spot answers. You should listen to some of our guests' answers.
What am I head over heels for? Honestly, my age.
Oh my God. Okay. I forgot
Why?
about this question. Can I rewind a bit first?
Sure.
How does it feel being 30?
31.
Now my 30. There's just in my 30s. Don't review our age lah. Yeah. But
Everyone knows,
But I
Google.
love that we should embrace it actually. We
Yes.
shouldn't be ashamed.
Yes.
Something I'm learning.
I am way more comfortable with how I present myself. I know that things that I say has weight.
I love what you said. In love with your age. Because I forgot to ask this. So I'm going to rewind just for a little bit, just for this.
Okay.
How does it feel like being in your 30s?
I think I'm way more comfortable with how I am now. I think only recently when I embraced that, hey, I am short, but I'm cute, I am sexy, it's fine. I always wanted to be tall. I think only when I hit my 30s that I realized that it's nothing that I can change about, and it's so cute and it's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like things that I say carry weight because of the experiences that I had when I was in my teens and in my 20s. I feel like I'm way wiser. I can say things to my parents and they feel like, I am correct, and they listen to me. And I believe even when I'm 40 and when I'm 50, I will be even more confident. I feel like at my 40s, I'll be even more beautiful. And I don't know why. I don't feel old. And when my mom, every time I go out, my mom is like, don't tell people your age. I'm okay. 31 is so sexy.
I think so too.
Younger boys want to date 31-year-old girls.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll verify that after this episode. If you're younger than 31, would you want to date 31-year-olds?
31-year-olds are wiser, but at the same time, you're still as adventurous as 20-year-olds.
Yeah. I think it also makes a difference that we're not married with kids yet.
Nowadays, women with kids, they still have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Valeria Lipovetsky on
The one that...
social media?
No.
She is a woman. She's, I think, 30 with 3 kids.
Amazing.
So sexy. Her 3 kids are also sexy. She looks like her kid's sister. And they are having a lot of fun, moving around the world. And I think last time they would say, oh, when you're 30, you are not supposed to do certain things. You're not supposed to wear in a certain way. You're not supposed to wear a bikini. But nowadays, women don't care.
I mean, look at Vera Wang, 70-something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She just looks like so young and
Yeah.
like fabulous. And I think the whole idea is really because people have this fixed perception about how aging should look like. When you're aging, you should be looking like this. And we're not. People
It's
are
so
like, why,
unfair
how?
when Brad Pitt is old and you'll be like, oh, he's so hot. The older he gets, the hotter he is. But I think now our society is moving towards a direction where when women are old, they are still equally as hot.
Just kind of like what Michelle Yeoh have said.
Exactly.
You are not past your prime yet.
Yeah, no.
No. You're just going to continue to achieve a next prime one after another, right? Ah, I love that. And to those of you who are turning 30 soon or like you're still struggling to embrace yourself being in your 30s, I mean, it is a process. I think we didn't get here overnight.
Oh, no, for sure.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, okay. My next question is actually, what's the best or worst advice you've ever received? You could go with both or either one.
Best advice from my parents.
Yes.
I keep talking about my parents today, I realized. Don't expect someone to be nice as you. No, sorry. Don't expect someone to be nice to you, but don't do bad to others.
Yeah.
So you cannot expect everyone to be nice to you as how you are to them. You can be nice to them, but they don't necessarily have the responsibility to be good to you.
But because they don't do that, you don't need to be nasty to them.
Yeah, but don't expect. So when you don't expect, you don't disappoint yourself. So, but don't be nasty to them.
Yeah.
Just don't expect them to be nice to you.
Yeah.
They're not your family. They don't owe you anything. I think that was one of the best advice I've gotten from my parents. So when I go out, I meet people, I don't feel like they owe me anything.
Guard your heart, be kind.
Oh, I love how you summarize the whole thing.
No.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Any bad advice you want to share?
Bad advice?
You can also share, like in your years in your industry, someone has told you anything that you feel like now you can say, what the heck is that?
Oh my God, I have one.
Sure, go on.
Someone asked me to trim my eyebrows and make it super thin because it was the trend last time. And I did not do it. And I'm so glad I didn't do it.
Girl, it's
I
a
have
trend.
Amazing eyebrows now.
People want your brows.
I know. Trends, they change
Yes.
all the time. Every 10 years, it goes back to something that was infamous 10 years before. Yeah, if you feel like you're pretty, no matter the way you are, the trend is going to come. Just wait for it.
Bro, I tell you, there was one time when I was 19 years old, there was a trend where brows were thin as fuck.
Yes, I was 19 and someone told me that.
Bro, I didn't want a thin brow, but she assumed because I have thick ass caterpillar brows. Have you seen me during MCO? People were begging me to trim my brows because it was so... Like my audience was like, wow, Maggie, I think it's really time to trim your brows because my brows can really...
It can grow to the middle, right?
Yeah, almost like a monolith.
No,
monobrow.
Monobrow.
It was quite
Unibrow.
bad. Unibrow, sorry. I can. I have the capacity. My brow got potential on. But my point is, I went there she thread my brow until like one line like that, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, I cried. Like, it was so bad. I look so ugly. Like, some of my
look
face so big. And then my line like, oh God. I'll have to dig up the photo. It's hilarious. But yeah, I love your brows.
Thank you. I
Really?
really like my brows. I never
Yeah.
touched it.
It's like Cara Delevingne.
Oh yeah.
Her brows are like, ooh.
Yeah, because of her, the whole like
Yeah.
natural thick brows came back, and
Yes.
then now everyone has very thick brows,
Exactly.
and they embrace it by gelling their brows up
Yeah.
now.
They call it laminating the brows.
Yeah, I mean, the trend will go down,
Yeah.
and then one day thin brows is gonna be be the in thing again.
Yeah, but we'll just have to embrace the way we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. It used to be something different, but right now, okay, I'm going to stick to it. I don't want to change yet. 3 words or sentences to describe your life right now.
3 words to describe. Wow, my leg 超干. 3 words to describe my life right now. Exploring. Learning.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Love it. Amen.
Amen.
Whoa, did you hear that?
Amen.
Amen. Okay, before we wrap up, is there anything you want to share? I know you did your own research. You might have things that you want to talk about, but I may not have asked you. So is there anything that I missed out that you feel like, today I want to talk to Maggie about this, or I want to share with Maggie about?
Okay. We talk about a lot of sad things today, like imposter syndrome, eating disorder, etc., etc. But I do believe in this thing called psychological evolution. If it is still here today, whether physically or psychologically, because it's useful to be a check and balance in your life. You can say, oh, imposter syndrome is very crippling. Yes, it is. But for someone who goes on stage and think they are the best, they think they would be able to be a prime minister even if they don't study hard, imposter syndrome will come in and say, hey, you know, you are not that great. And it's good.
Humbles you.
It humbles you. You just don't let it cripple you. So that, I think, sometimes when I step out of it and I look at it, I go like, okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like how it's a good thing to have nerves before a show even before acting for a scene, I get nerves. But when I get into it, I don't feel anything anymore. Just before, because you know how important it is for you. So the fact that I don't know about ED, I couldn't think about anything yet.
Yeah.
But the fact that imposter syndrome is still there, I think, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think with every bad, there's always the good. I think life is about balance, right? So same thing. With every bad experiences, you always learn.
It's just what lesson you take out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You learn and you learn. I like that. I mean, there's this, before we close, there's this, you know how Instagram nowadays, like they have like very ethereal music with all the quotes and stuff.
Yes.
Like very king one. And it's obviously on my algorithm. You all know my brand already. So there's this one that I felt like I have to share. And it says, remember that most of your stress comes from the way you respond to situation, not necessarily the way life really is. So adjust your attitude, change your perspective, look for the good in all situation, take lesson from the bad ones. Find new opportunities, grow, and just let the extra stress and worrying, overthinking go. Because it's so true. Life is so short, like you said.
Yeah, life is so short.
So short, babe. We're already in our first act. We're done with our first act. The first act.
I mean, if you are lucky, you have 3 acts.
Yeah.
If you're unlucky, you have 2 acts.
Exactly. We're
If
done
you're
with
really
our first
unlucky,
act.
you just have 1 act.
Sadly.
So you are right. Sometimes we overthink.
So much.
Yeah, we do. And then social media is like a sound box.
Really.
Whatever that you think about, whatever they are going to show you. So sometimes just step back and say, hey, you know what? I'm so grateful I'm here today. And it's okay. It's okay to fail.
We focus too much on the things that we don't have, the lack of. But just look at things that you currently have. It's in your hands in your life, right?
Like what you said just now, what you get, what are you going to get out of this situation rather than what you cannot provide.
Yeah. I love that. And I guess with that, Koe Yeet, thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie. This feels like a 3 minutes talk.
Told
15
you.
minutes talk.
She was so nervous about coming on the
I
show. I told her
was.
this, babe, by the end of this episode, you're going to tell me, oh, that's it.
Because it feels like
sure.
you are pulling all my insides out of me and then reading, going through it, and this is.
But do you
Koe
feel
Yeet.
okay? Like,
Yeah,
do you
I'm
feel
fine.
like you've been interrogated, or do you feel like I
I feel like it was a sharing session.
Oh
It was
yeah,
good.
okay, thank you. And of course,
Felt like a therapy session for me.
I feel like that is for me too. I learned so much from your experience, and the same with all my guests. I feel like I got to learn so much from all of my guests thus far. I mean, we're almost approaching our 50th episode, like
I know,
50
amazing.
people,
It's so
50
crazy.
hours spent talking to someone, and I think I've grown along with it. And I'm so grateful that you're one of them. Thank you, Koe Yeet.
Thank you,
Okay.
Maggie.
And with that, I would always say, don't forget to fall head over heels for yourself first, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple: to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's Motion Lab MY.